Hi and welcome. My name's Eileen O'Toole and welcome to the Healing Link. Today is Wednesday, June the 2nd. Today we're going to do a tuning that's unusual. We're going to do something that has been coming into the information that everyone is receiving for the last week, virtually since the full moon lunar eclipse. What we're going to do is tune outside of the box. We're going to be tuning our brain and our potential. Before we go into it, let's just get ourselves organized and ready. I'm going to do a cleanse for ourselves. This is Palo Santo. This is, of course, Flora Hanna, a French company. And so we're going to place some Palo Santo on my hand, and then we're going to rub it across this particular picture and rub it across me. This particular picture is an illustration of the Queen of the Night by the French artist Erter. And the reason that we're going to use the Queen of the Night is because it's important that we understand the significance of the next eclipse that's coming up, which has to do with the solar eclipse in the new moon. And it has to do with an activation that propels us and couples us from the lunar eclipse and the full moon. Now, the thing about it that turns my crank is that the photograph is absolutely beautiful. The painting is stunning. Allow me. There you go. So, with this in mind, allow yourself to just take a nice deep belly breath. Allow your stomach muscles to relax. Let your stomach expand against your waistband, your underpants band, your knickers. And as you inhale and exhale, you want to just sort of exhale and breathe it all out. And as you're doing that, inhale and exhaling, I'd like you to drop into your root and to pretend to have a cord that goes from the base of your spine right into the earth. And then at the same time, have roots that protrude from your feet right down through the carpet, through the floor, through the concrete, into the hard ground, into the soft ground, down through the bedrock. Keep pushing the roots down. Keep pushing it until you know that you are reaching, in fact, the center of the earth, the hot, hot core of the earth, which does not burn you but reveals you. And put yourself through that heat, that intensity, until you are bursting out to the other side. And then imagine, if you will, that you are coming out the other side of the globe, wherever you are in the world. You are pushing your roots out through, again, the hard rock, the soft rock, out through the grass, and then up, up, and out into the galaxy, into the stars. And there you are in our own Milky Way. And as we are breathing again, and you're breathing down deep, you inhale, and as you are doing that, the starlight is magnetized towards you, and you are breathing in the starlight, and you breathe in with one lovely, easy breath that shoots right through your system and out the top of your head, which propels itself up through the ceiling, into the atmosphere, through the clouds, up to the blue, and then beyond the blue to the black, and then beyond the black towards our sun. And now the top of your head is open, and the spine and feet are open, and as you're breathing lovely and gently, you are bringing in the sunlight, you are bringing up the starlight, and as you exhale, you are releasing and discharging any unnecessary energy at all. And you are like a battery, no? We are batteries. And where do we get our source from? We get it from the sun. The sun and the stars. And there we are. So now we're tuning the brain power. We're tuning our potentiality. And as we're tuning our potentiality, we are also tuning the abstract soul contracts yet to be revealed. And you say to yourself, well, now what exactly does that mean? What we are looking at is being able to grasp that which we have yet to realize. That which is on its way. When we're working, please exhale deeply and greatly. What we want to be able to do is release the information or release the tension that provides the contraction. We're going to start with the third eye. I'm starting here on my right. I'm starting on the female side. And I'm starting, I can feel like the information, the tension of the information being contracted here outside of our escrow in the area of our mother's information, our matriarchal information. Wow, look at that, feel that. We may not be able to welcome what is coming in through our own fear, through the fear of our own inadequacies, through our own laziness, through obeying the conventions of society, rather than remaking them, rather than pioneering them. Now I'm going to go to the other side, to the male side. Ooh, fuzzy baby. Now we're also going to be tuning our electromagnetic, we're also tuning electromagnetically. And this supports that balance of the transference, the right line force into the body. Oh yeah, I get that now. The right line force into the body is referring to the male side, the masculine side. Oh, that's lovely. This in turn releases the imbalances throughout like our structural system, and it therefore releases tension, and it releases back pain. Oh, sorry. Thank you. And now we're going to move to the heart. Of course, the heart is on the female side there. it was suggestion. There was a suggestion that we look at um, the upper heart, which in my language, I look at it as the small room of the heart that is closest to the rib cage, the side of the heart that is closest to the rib cage, as opposed to the larger part of the heart, which is closer to the middle of the body. The small room of the heart can bring phenomenal meditative insight. Look, the words like light body or multi-dimensional realities, fourth and fifth D, all of these things, they have their place. In the context of like shamanic work, it's well applied vocabulary. However, in the translation for just regular common folk, man, we require something much more down to earth. We require a terminology that is accessible. That's great. We're going to go to the male side of the heart. Oh yeah, the male side of the heart speaks to an emotional signature referred to as saying yes when we mean no. We're going to hang here for a second. So, this terminology that I'm speaking about really has more to do with the understanding of the faculties of our brain power. Everyone is familiar with the idea that we're only using 10% of our brain power. I don't really even know what that means. I can't really envision it, except to say that it just seems like there's just so much more. So, tuning our brains so that we respond immediately to instruction without providing excuses or needing external gratification could really be a game changer. You know what I mean? I'll say that again. Tuning our brains so that we respond immediately to instruction, like the brain instruction, without providing excuses from ourselves or needing external gratification can be a game changer. What does that mean, and what does that look like? So there was an example that Eileen gave. She's currently doing something called tuning the hyperspace, which is, I suppose, just another way of saying tuning the brain. I don't. But anyway, her example was finding that she is automatically cleaning and tidying without noticing that she's doing the job. She is a self-proclaimed slob. But she has noticed that over the last while, her place is looking great. She's hanging up her clothes. She's airing the bed. She's making the bed. There's no hesitancy from doing what the brain says. And we know that situation, don't we? We know the brain says, just roll out of bed and, do a plank for 2 minutes. And you go, in a pig's eye. But you could actually do that if you just let yourself, Or the brain would say, go for the water, not for the coffee. And you go for the coffee anyway because you like it. it's instant gratification. Or the brain says, put the beer down. And you say, but the glass is half full. Okay. On this side of the heart, saying yes when we mean no can be applied to ourselves. Saying yes to instant gratification. Saying yes to that top brain thinking when we really don't need it. Or we really need it and the top brain says, oh, we don't wanna. So the cosmic weather tells us that we have an opportunity to be aware of, and this, with the subtle changes that are possible in the way that we think. And these subtle changes are have been coming through with the beginning of this year's seasons of eclipses, and then the next eclipse that is coming up on June the 10th. So the way in which we are changing. So, and this tuning is amping up our potential to wake up anew. Ooh la la. Now, is there anything else that we should do? Is this enough? Thank you. I wonder why this is happening. So I've put my pendulum in front. Oh, there it is. Thanks. This is why it's happening. I'm not in front of the lens. Cool beans, baby. This is it. This is all. This is what we need today. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, bless you. Indeed. Well, bless us all, everyone. It feels like a Dickens novel. The best of times, the worst of times. Oh, ho, ho. Thank you so much for clicking in. I really, really appreciate it. Let's do that thing. Like, share, and subscribe. And for heaven's sakes, be pleased with yourself. 'Cause, baby, we're pleased with you. All the best. Thanks for clicking in. Always Eileen.